And Detective Mattingly, we were talking about the Fitbit information that you received. On this first slide here, can we talk a little bit about what we're seeing? What information did this provide you?
So this provided the Fitbit account for Tammy Daybell, and we looked at trying to verify the account as Tammy's. We were able to use that or do that by using her email, tammy.daybell@gmail.com. And we also used her date of birth that was inputted along with the listed friends that was on her Fitbit site, which were three of her children, Emma, Leah, and Seth.
And that information is not showing on this slide, but was additional information provided through Fitbit.
Yes.
And then on this, we see a user created. Do you see that date on there?
On the user create, the second
Yes.
one from the top?
Yes.
Yes.
What did that indicate to you?
That was when the account was created.
And then if we look down a little bit, there's a paired date. I think it's the second from the bottom. And that is a different date than the top one, correct?
Yes, it is.
What did the paired date indicate to you?
To me, that indicates most recent device that was paired with Fitbit.
So Tammy may have had an account before, but received a new device.
She may have had a different device and got a new device. Yes.
So when she got the new device, that would create a different paired date.
Yes.
And were you able to see at the bottom there the last?
Yes. The last sync date is 10/20/2019 at 20:29.
And again, Tammy Daybell was pronounced dead on October 19th of 2019.
Yes, the day before this.
So the last sync date was the day after her passing.
Correct.
And this Fitbit device itself was never recovered.
It was not.
Outside of looking to assign it, who this device belonged to, and you'd also talked about you were looking to try to find information regarding the heart rate. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So we're looking for the heart rate to determine a better exact time or a closer time that Tammy passed away.
And were you able to get information regarding the heart rate from the Fitbit return?
No, we were not. The device, as it's listed up there, is a Alta device, which I learned is their base model. It'll show the heart rate as it's going on. You can sit there and look and see the heart rate, but it does not record with Fitbit.
Then I think one of the other things you indicated you wanted to look at was possibly sleep patterns or any sleep data that was recorded.
Yes.
What were you able to determine in relation to the sleep data?
The sleep data was very sparse from day to day or month to month. Like it would, for an example, this may not be accurate, but it might show on the 17th that she slept for an hour and a half. On another day, it might show 20 minutes, but on most days, it didn't record any sleep patterns.
Did that lead you to believe that she did not routinely wear it at night?
That's what it led me to believe, yes.
So ultimately, were you able to gain much information outside of learning that she didn't wear it at night?
Beyond that, that was all I could figure out.
And then what were some of the other things that you looked at in relation to the Fitbit data?
So the other things that were provided were the step counts from day to day, month to month for the year.
And if we look at this next slide, can you talk about what we're seeing here?
So these are the steps per month that was recorded by Fitbit when Tammy wore her device.
And when we see it starting with October and goes down to January and then a grand total steps, was this January of 2019 through October of 2019?
Yes,
So it's going in the opposite order.
correct.
When you reviewed this, did you make any determination with regard to those steps in relation to your investigation?
So when I was reviewing the steps, the numbers to me looked fairly big, but I didn't know what that meant as far as activity. Was it above average, normal, or below? I wasn't sure. So looking at those numbers, I was able to also research via the internet and found out the CDC recommended guidelines were recommended to have at least 10,000 steps per day. And these were the amount of steps that she took for those months.
And out of those months, was she generally above average?
Out of all the months, generally she was above average. There were a few months that she was not.
And the months that she was not above average, was she close to the average?
Yes, she was.
Any indication to you that there were months that she severely slowed down in activity?
Nothing that was severely slowed down, no.
And when we look at that last month of October, again, Tammy was pronounced dead on October 19th in the early morning hours. Is that correct?
Yes,
So that is not the full month.
that is not a full month.
From your review of things, did it appear that she was on track to be above average for the month of October of 2019?
Yes,
Did you look at any additional things in relation to Tammy's health? Outside of the Fitbit?
Mm,
And maybe I'll back up. Did you conduct any interviews with anyone that knew Tammy?
yes, I did.
Did you conduct interviews with friends and family of Tammy?
Yes,
And through those interviews, did you learn anything that would support the statements made by Chad Daybell on October 19th of 2019 regarding Tammy's health?
no.
Generally, what did you learn through your investigation regarding Tammy's health?
Found that she was reported as being very active, a go-getter.
That's Blake.
When you conducted the interviews, did you interview multiple of Tammy's friends or coworkers?
I did.
Did you interview some family members?
Yes,
Out of everyone you interviewed, was there any indication that Tammy's health was slowing down?
none.
Was there any indication that Tammy had seizures?
None.
Any indication Tammy had low blood pressure?
No.
Any indication Tammy had fainting spells?
No.
So from all the interviews you conducted, anything to support the statements made by Chad Daybell on October 19th of 2019?
There was none.
As part of your investigation, we talked about some life insurance policies that Tammy had. And we've gone over the life map a little bit. And I believe you already testified, but there was another life insurance policy.
Yes, there was.
And what was that one?
Primerica?
And Your Honor, I have what's been marked as State's Exhibit 122. It's my understanding that this is being admitted by stipulation, and it contains the business record certification.
All right, Exhibit 122 has been offered. Is there any objection? All right, it'll be reviewed by council.
And I will indicate there's a copy for counsel, the court, and a courtesy copy for Your Honor.
Thank you.
And Detective Mattingly, I'll just have you look through those pages.